Today I'm buying more Terra Luna Classic, and I'm going to show you my crazy plan to make a lot of money with it. As you guys can see, a few days ago, Terra Luna Classic peaked at about the 6th level and currently has pulled back to the low 4s. If we click on this and we look, we can see that represents roughly a pullback of about 30%. Now, if we look at other run-ups and pullbacks, we can see somewhat of a similar pattern. So if you look right here, from this peak to this low, roughly 26%. We zoom out, we go to the next one over here. This peak down to this low, again, roughly 28% this time. So it seems to be a trend that where we pull back anywhere from 25 to 30% when we make a big. Of course, that doesn't mean we're guaranteed to see a major run up again, but that's something I'm looking at as there is a historical pattern of a run up, a pullback, and then another major run up. So that's kind of what I'm looking for to follow this pattern here. I also believe fundamentally there's just a lot of potential for Terra Luna Classic to keep going. And you might say that's crazy. We've seen so much run up already. We're going into the billions of dollars in market cap. But if we actually look at CoinGecko as an example, right? Right now, we're just shy of a $3 billion market cap. Well, how does that compare to some other big tokens? And of course, we can't necessarily compare this to other tokens like Solana or something that has a lot of utility, but if we compare this to something similar that maybe lacks some utilities, a little bit of a meme token, has a big community behind it, some of those different characteristics, we could look at, let's say, Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu right now is about $7.5 billion, so just over a 2x potential. What about Dogecoin? If we go look at Dogecoin, about $8.5 billion. So pretty close to a 3x potential. And I think Terra Luna Classic, I don't know if it's going to beat those two out, but I think we could fall in line right behind Shiba Inu and maybe have about a $6 billion market cap. Now that would give us about a 2x from where we are currently. All right, let's go ahead and buy some Terra Luna Classic right now. Now, personally, I believe heavily in dollar cost average. So for me, I'm not going all in. I've already put over $1,000 into Terra Luna Classic. I'm going to keep buying in over time. That way, if I'm wrong on timing, it's not a big deal because for me, I'm in it for the long term. So if we go ahead, I'm just going to buy $100 of Terra Luna Classic right now at market price. We're going to put in that buy order and we have successfully placed our order. For anyone who's not familiar with KuCoin, you can look at the bottom here and see your order history, trade history right here. And we're able to see I put in a trade for just under $100 worth and I end up getting about 243,000 Terra Luna Classic out of that. So you might be wondering, what is my plan for this Terra Luna Classic that I just bought? What is my price targets? What does that look like for me? Stop right there. The vast majority of you are not subscribed and don't have your notification bells turned on. Do that right now so you don't miss another video just like this. So for me personally, I'm going to treat this essentially as a moon bag. And the way that I personally handle that is I first want my initial investment back. So what I'm going to do when we end up 2xing, I'm going to sell about half, which would be roughly 121,000 Terra Luna Classic. What I'm going to do with the other half is simple. I'm going to hold the other half until we hit 10 cents. If we don't hit 10 cents, it's not a big deal. I took out my initial investment. Sure, maybe I'm not going to make any money, but I'm also not going to lose any money. But if we do hit 10 cents, I'm going to turn this $100 into over $12,000. Of course, that's no small feat for us to be able to hit 10 cents. I mean, if you look right now, we'd need roughly a 200x to hit that. So this is, of course, a super optimistic and super risky scenario. However, as I said, for me, I would have taken my initial investment back. And if we do get the insane pumps, the insane moon potential, great. If not, it's not the end of the world for me. And that's why I really like this strategy where you end up buying some, you take your initial investment back as soon as you can because you want to prioritize not losing money, capital preservation. And then you hold on to some of it and you ride that out and you go for the insane gain potential. And of course, it might not happen, but if it does, it's amazing for you. Now, of course, hitting 10 cent is probably going to take a while. Now, we might get lucky and it might happen somewhat soon, but I personally believe that this might take a little while. So that's why I'm really glad that I'm staking my Terra Luna Classic. And if you want to stake your Terra Luna Classic so you don't miss out on the insane yield rewards, check out this video up here that's going to show you how you can do that.